I'm incredibly hyped about workflows. I think they're going to allow us developers to build more reliable and scalable solutions. And with that safety net, we're going to build some wild things that we wouldn't have even tried before. And I really love the developer experience that it comes with, especially from a monitoring perspective. Workflows, it sounds a little too good to be true. And I get it. I was skeptical too. I mean, are you really doing your job as a dev if you don't question like everything? So workflows is durable execution, which sounds way too good to be true. I mean, it guarantees a response, handles all those retries and all that timing for you automatically. I mean, come on, is that real? It is. So my first question, like yours probably was, sure, but does it scale? How do I monitor its progress? So I've been doing a build in public project recently called Punderful. You can add puns and you can come find them. And I talk about it more in other videos that I've linked to in the notes. But one of the things that workflows unlocked for me was the ability to make sure that my user created content was PG-13. It let me index the content for semantic and similarity search, and it did it all in the background. And the site is fun. I'm loving it. It'd be a lot better if there was more content. So I did a search to see if there were any data sets. Check out what I found. An open source data set called OPun. Beautiful. So I want to take these puns, these open source puns, and I want to add them. But when I do, I want them to behave the same way as if a user submitted them, right? I want these new puns to follow that same workflow. Wait a second. Workflow. So then I was like, what if I kicked off a capital W workflow for each of these puns? So I tried it. I just went and tried it, which is what you usually should do, right? So over here in my code, you'll see I have this post here, right? Right. So we read the JSON for each one of these O puns, right? They go through. I insert it into the database, and I just run the workflow like I normally would in a tight loop, right? So we're looping through all these. It just works. Here, let me show you in action. So I wiped out my database and I recreated my vectorized index. So I've got an empty database here. So, at the command line, like all of our products, we have a very nice command line. So we're going to say npx wrangler workflows, and let's take a look at what it can do. So it says that we can say workflows list to see the workflows associated with my account, which is what I want. Let's take a look at see what the workflows are. I said that was publish, right? So we're going to go and we're going to run this publish. We're going to do this publish create in that tight loop. And here we have this thing named publish. Okay, so I'm ready to go. I'm just going to go ahead and kick this off. So we'll deploy this. We'll say npx wrangler deploy. And that's going to take this code and it's going to push it all up. It's going to deploy all of those workflows for me as it goes up. And make sure all my bindings are in place. I've got a whole bunch of things going on in this application right now. But really what's important here is this URL. I'm going to take this URL and we are going to hit that. We are going to go and we're going to kick that batch off. So what we'll do is we'll go kick that off. So we'll say, again, that was curl-x post. And again, I definitely need to put this behind the thing. We'll paste my URL there, and that was API puns batch. So I'm going to make a post request there, and we're going to run this. And here we go. So we've kicked that off. And if I go and I can look now, I can go and I can take a look at all the instances that are running. So I can say workflows, instances, and we could do list, and we can say the name of it. So the name of that was publish, right? So here they are. They are all, you can see them that they're all kind of running now. Some of them have already completed. They're running. Some of them are queued. If we make this a little bit smaller, you can see it's kind of nice. It's got a nice status there. It's kind of wrapping because I've got the screen so big. So those are going, and you see that I already have one that errored out. Here's one that's running here. So I can grab this ID, right? And I can say, I can go and I can take a look at it. This is so cool. I love this. I can see what happened during that run. So I can say, describe, publish, and then the name of the thing there, right? So this is going to go, it's going to find that. It's going to show you each of the steps, how long each of the steps took. It shows you what came back. Here's the embeddings, right? Remember I'm running it through, we checked the moderation. It was fine. It was safe. It went all the way through. It would have stopped if it didn't. You'll see that it's catching some of these things, some of these open puns, it's caught as it's going, which is nice. And I understand that the CLI might not be your jam. So let's go ahead and let's take a look and see if we can't see what's happening on the server. So in my admin here, underneath workers and pages, I have this workflows tab. And you'll see here's my list of all of the workflows, just like we saw when we go into the publish. And we can see that some of them are running. They're also queued, automatically queued for me. Totally awesome that that's happening. And I can jump into it, right? So I can jump into it and I can take a look at what's happening in each one of these. You can see the features that have happened, right? So this is going to retry 5 times, a delay of about 10 seconds. And these are all configurable. It's so awesome, right? These are all configurable. I can copy the values that came in and out of it. I can look at the content moderation, and I can go and I can find ones where it had a problem. And I can see the output of each step, and that's totally beautiful. That is amazing. So it's running. I can also trigger them from here if I wanted to. And you'll see that as I refresh this page, there's still things queuing up, but we're going, and more they're going. What other questions do you have about workflows? Do you have any doubts or concerns? We'd love your feedback, and we want you to build. I'm going to continue to build in public with workflows. I am loving this, and I'd love for you to check out what I'm cooking up in the next video. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you real soon.